Hello, my friends. Today is February 24th, 2025. It's on a Monday, and I'm going to let you be a little part of the QB Club or the Armchair Quarterback Club, where we analyze and dissect and second guess what's going on. But I think it's really a good thing because it helps us to learn from our mistakes. And I made a little mistake yesterday, which, could have been serious, I suppose. But the reason I make the video is for you and for me, too, because I learn, as I teach and share with other people. But some of you know I had a heart surgery, a quad bypass in 2017 over in Florence at the old ECM hospital, and doing quite well. Everything's going good. Still working on losing some weight and getting in pretty good shape because springtime's coming up and we'll be mowing grass. So I want to get ready for that. But I did have something unusual to happen yesterday. Kathy and I went to church, the early service. It starts at 8:15. And usually before the sermon, Brother Wade preaches a sermon that we have two or three uplifting songs about the Lord, and we all sing collectively together, and it's part of the church. And I love to do that. I really am inspired and lifted up when we sing to the Lord. But yesterday I got a little warning from my Apple Watch, which the technology is amazing on it. But I got a warning from it, and it buzzed. I always put my phone and my stuff on airplane mode so it won't interrupt the service, but it does still vibrate and tell me something that's really important, and it did yesterday. I glanced down and looked at it and said my heart rate was high, and I thought, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that at all, and never did just immediately sit down or anything. But as soon as the song was over, we sat for a few minutes, and I checked it again. It was running about 132, and averages 60 to 70, right along in that area right there. Maybe it might get a little close to 80 when I exercise or I'm walking or lifting weights or anything like that. But it was 132 and me just standing there singing songs. No reason to be stressed out, no problems or anything that I should have, been under tremendous stress or anything. In fact, that's one of my favorite times of the week is Sunday morning when we worship to the Lord with our church family. But I checked it and kind of watched a little bit, and I waited till the end of the service, and I did go ahead and check and see the watch also has the capability of looking at your, I think it's called your sinus rhythm or sinus wave, and it can tell you basically. Now it's not a perfect tool, but it can tell you basically whether you're in AFib or not, and that's atrial fibrillation. And I've been in it one time since I've had the surgery in 2017. I had to go back. It was about 2 or 3 weeks, I guess, or four after my surgery. I went into AFib. The doctor found it, on a routine visit to him, and I ended up going back to the Florence area. And Dr. Lango, my cardiologist, who I highly recommend, uh, shocked it back into rhythm. So I haven't had any problem with it since then. So when I saw I wasn't in AFib, and I checked it about twice, I did tell Kathy about it as soon as the service was over before we moved on to the upper building for our Sunday school class. I'd usually guide her as we walked because she has limited sight, and we were walking up through there, and everything seemed normal, everything seemed fine. And since I teach the class, and I've been doing that for several years, I went ahead and told, I'm open and honest. What you see on the here, I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to be open and honest with you on everything. And I told the class members that before I started teaching the lesson, I said, listen, I said, my heart rate's up a little. Probably no big deal at all, but just letting you know in case you don't have to sit down or stop or anything like that. You got an idea about what's going on. And just a wonderful group of class members. We probably had 25 people in the class, maybe 30, but we were down a little bit, yesterday. But that's expected to happen. And people visiting families, sickness going around. You're going to have variations in the people that attend the class. But just a wonderful class. I love them. Couples 3 at Calvary in Russellville, Alabama. It's a privilege to be able to lead that class. I truly appreciate them letting me do that. But went through the lesson. Everything went good. I love teaching the class. I usually stand up while I'm teaching. I do better than sitting. I do sit some, but everything went well during the class. And I had shared with Kathy at the end of the service, I said, I did not take my meds this morning. And sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'll forget about them or something, and it's no big deal. I'll just take them later on in the day and maybe shift the second set of meds later on in the evening. But I knew I didn't take my meds that morning, so I knew that most likely when I got home and took those meds, things were going to settle out, and it's going to slow down. Everything's going to be fine. So here's the gist of the story, and the reason I'm sharing this with you. When I got home, I went to the meds and wanted to take them right away and get everything under control and back to normal. And I reached in there and got, I have 3 pills that I take in the mornings, and I think 2 or 3 that I take in the evenings. But I reached in there to take my pills, and I looked, and I had forgotten to take my pills, my second set of pills on Saturday night. Now, folks, Kathy and I are very careful about this. We have the little boxes that have the days of the week, each and every one, AM and PM. And plus I have reminders on my watch and on my phone that ask me. They'll send me a notice and say, "Hey, have you taken your meds?" And I'll always punch, "Yes, I've taken them," or "No, I've forgotten." I'll answer back then. Well, evidently in my old age, I guess you could say it's old, but age is relative. But I probably on Saturday night, it's really a last minute. I won't say last minute because I study during the week, but I'm spending a lot of time preparing for the lesson and this, that, and the other, preparing for the next day. And I feed the outside animals and got a lot of little stuff that we do around the house and spend time with my sweetheart. But most likely what I did was, and I don't remember this exactly, but what I probably did was, when that came up on the watch, I probably punched, "Yes, I've taken them," with full intention of going and taking them after that, and my mind got away from what I was supposed to do, and I forgot about them. So that wasn't a good thing, because see, I didn't take my PM meds. So the last time I took meds was Saturday morning. I didn't take them Saturday night. Didn't take them Sunday morning. We didn't get home till about 10:30 or 11, something like that. It'd been quite a while since I'd taken those meds that help regulate my blood pressure and my heart rate. So I attribute it to that. Kathy and I walked this morning. The heart rate did good. It did good after I got caught up on my medications. Those meds are important. They're there for a reason. Don't mess up and skip taking them. And the reason I share this again, and I'll remind you, I said at the beginning of the video, it's not for me, it's for you. If you're taking medication, be careful, make sure you take your medication. Take all steps you can to ensure that you're taking them. Write it down, have reminders. The Apple Watch is a tremendous tool for technology, and it does so many things that help me out. I know they're expensive, but they are wonderful tools. The phone also, just tremendous things that we can use to help us along in our daily walk. So we walked this morning, and I just have got through. Kathy walked a little bit longer than me, but I walked 30 minutes. The heart rate never did get over 77. I mean, it just stayed really good. It came up a little bit from my normal 60 something. It got up to 77, close to 80, but it did just great. So everything looks good. If I have any other problem, in the next day or so, I'm going to call that cardiologist and report it to them, see if I need to come in. But everything looks good right now. I hope you're doing well. Boy, it's a time of turmoil in this country. It seems like people are so upset, and I ask you to put your faith in the Lord. He's gonna take care of us and take care of things. I hope you're a Christian believer, and if you're not, don't let the sun go down on you, my friend. God doesn't promise us tomorrow. Let's get right with the Lord so that you can go to the promised land and be in heaven and spend eternity with Him. I'm thankful you're watching. I'm thankful for those that subscribe, those that like, those that comment. Still working to build the YouTube channel, and I really enjoy doing it. I'm going to send you some more. May make another video this afternoon. We'll see how that works out. God bless you. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.